It started with a phone call, an invitation to visit his child. But when Troy Huffman arrived at his ex-wife's apartment, what awaited him wasn't a warm reunion. It was cold-blooded murder. Taylor Santiago, a 31-year-old mother from Aurora, Missouri, allegedly executed a shocking plan that left 2 people dead and a third gravely wounded in a 2-state shooting spree that has stunned the nation. What drove her to kill? Was it premeditated revenge, or a crime of passion fueled by years of resentment? The chilling details of what Santiago allegedly said to her child before pulling the trigger add another layer of horror to this already disturbing case. Now, as she faces a lifetime behind bars, the question remains: could this tragedy have been prevented? The morning of January 22, 2025, seemed ordinary in Aurora, Missouri, a quiet town of fewer than 8,000 people. But behind closed doors, Taylor Santiago was preparing to commit an unthinkable crime, one that would span 2 states and claim multiple lives. According to police, Santiago's first victim was her ex-husband, Troy Huffman, a man with whom she shared a complicated past, including custody battles over their 12-year-old child. That morning, Santiago allegedly invited Huffman to her apartment, promising he could see their child. But when Huffman arrived, it was a trap. Standing inside her apartment, Santiago reportedly told her child to cover their ears and then said chillingly, "I'm going to take care of the bad guys." Then, in cold blood, she pulled the trigger, killing Huffman on the spot. Her child was still there, forced to witness the horror. But Santiago wasn't finished. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. She had another target in mind. After executing her ex-husband, Santiago allegedly fled Missouri, driving 50 miles south into Carroll County, Arkansas, with one goal in mind: to kill again. Her next target? Another man she had a history with, the biological father of one of her children. But when Santiago tracked him down, he wasn't alone. A woman was with him. According to authorities, Santiago opened fire on both of them. The man was badly injured, but the woman didn't survive. In just a matter of hours, 2 people were dead. Another was fighting for his life, and Santiago was on the run. Despite her 2-state killing spree, Santiago didn't flee. Instead, she drove back to Missouri and surrendered to police. She allegedly walked into the Aurora Police Department and calmly confessed to the murders. She showed no remorse. Authorities quickly took her into custody and charged her with first-degree murder, robbery, unlawful use of a weapon, endangering the welfare of a child. More charges are expected in Arkansas, where she committed her second deadly attack. But one haunting question remains: why did she do it? Investigators believe Santiago's rage had been building for years. She reportedly had contentious relationships with both victims, particularly regarding child custody disputes. While the exact details of her motive are still emerging, authorities believe her anger and frustration over past relationships reached a breaking point, one that drove her to murder. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos. She had this idea in her head that these men were bad guys, one investigator said, and she decided to take justice into her own hands. What makes this case even more tragic is that her 12-year-old child was caught in the middle, forced to witness one of the murders firsthand. The towns of Aurora, Missouri, and Carroll County, Arkansas, are struggling to process the devastation left in Santiago's wake. Local residents describe Huffman as a loving father who only wanted to be part of his child's life. The second victim, whose name has not yet been released, was also known in the community, and his tragic death has left many reeling. One neighbor, shaken by the news, said, "I can't believe something like this happened here. It's terrifying to think that someone would do this, to their own family, no less." Now, Taylor Santiago faces a lifetime in prison. If convicted of first-degree murder, she could receive the death penalty, a punishment that prosecutors in both Missouri and Arkansas are considering. As the legal process unfolds, new details may emerge, shedding light on why Santiago chose to kill, and whether this tragedy could have been prevented. One thing is certain: 3 families have been destroyed, a child is left with a lifetime of trauma, and a small community will never forget the day Taylor Santiago decided to take justice into her own hands. Please subscribe to our channel and make comments about what you think of our videos.